Hey SpellGround fans, we get the question quite a lot, how do you clean your SpellGround? And finally we're going to answer that with a video. First let me say that we're not experts on cleaning SpellGrounds, we're experts on making SpellGrounds. But we do have a few tips and tricks that you can try if your SpellGround should get dirty. Now the other thing I want to mention is one of the first things to say is do not put your SpellGround in the washing machine. Whoa, wait a minute. I know in that video I was telling you to not use the washing machine, but one of our fans suggested that he uses the washing machine all the time, so we've decided to run a test. And what I got here is the original mat that's in the rest of this video, and it's we put an extra piece of marker through it here in the middle, and it's the same one that we dirtied up and cleaned up, and now what I've done is I've cut it in half because I want to take one piece and I'm going to dry it in the dryer. I'm going to take the other piece and I'm going to dry it flat and see if there's a difference after we run it through the washing machine. Now on top of that, this is V3 fabric. Let me throw it in there. But I also brought some sample V2 fabric. Same thing. I put a marker through the middle of this. I don't know, you probably can't see that, but there's a little bit of marker on it. We're going to see how clean it comes. And I have two pieces. One's going to dry flat and one is going to dry in the dryer. So we're going to throw them in there. We're going to wash them on warm with a little bit of soap. I'll put them on the gentle cycle just to be careful, and we'll see how that comes out. Now this is a top-loading washer that's got an agitator in it, so our guess is if it does okay in here, it's definitely going to do okay in a front-loading washer that doesn't have an agitator. So let's see how it does. So the four pieces of SpellGround fabric that we just washed are coming out of the washer now, and we are going to take two of them, one of a V3 and one of a V2. We're going to put them in the dryer. There's our V2 right in the dryer. Okay, now let's take a look at our V3 real quick and see how it looks coming out of the wash. Honestly, just coming out wet, it doesn't look all that much better than what we stuck it in. But we'll see how the dryer works. Give it a shot. In goes the V2, V3 in the dryer. Now, I'm going to pull the other V2 and the V3 out, and I'm going to lay them out flat, and we'll see how those dry. And in the end, we'll give a comparison and give you a real assessment of how the washing machine and dryer system worked. Hey SpellGround fans, so we've pulled the SpellGround fabric out of the washer, we've let it dry both flat and in the dryer, and the short assessment is they look pretty good. It doesn't seem that drying on the low heat affected anything, made them better in some ways. As a matter of fact, the SpellGround V2 fabric that we dried flat came out a little bit more modelly and might require some ironing versus the SpellGround V2 fabric that we put into the dryer on low heat and dried. So overall right now the tests on washing and drying in the dryer seem pretty good, but there's one more test we want to do and we'll show you that in a second. Okay, so the last test we wanted to do to check our washing machine dryer option is to run a mat that has ink on it. So we're going to throw this in the washer on hot and see how it comes out. Okay, so final test is a SpellGround mat with ink on it to see if washing it in hot water in the dryer has affected it. And I would say not at all, other than make it a little bit cleaner. The ink looks fine. It looks still as bright as ever. So in conclusion then, I would say it is okay to wash on gentle and dry on low your V2 and V3 mats. However, do not wash or dry your V1 mats. I know for sure that those do not hold up very well in the washer and the dryer.